alive. One of the men behind the scheme is Professor Jingles, alias Bryan Clarke, who entertains thousands of children with his Punch and Judy show in Lowestoft. He gave Stuart a special show earlier this week.
I say, Mr. Punch, I want to go after my squassages.
What is it?
Yes, I can't say sausages. I want to go after my squassages while I go and get the fry bag.
Well,
Look after them. Don't eat them. Don't give them away.
no.
Well, that's the traditional style of Punch and Judy that we've all known and loved down the years with Mr. Punch and the crocodile and the sausages. Now, Professor Jingles, why are you going to teach people how to do the proper Punch and Judy?
Because we want Mr. Punch to carry on as he has done through 16 monarchs already. We want him to carry on in his original traditional state for the next 16 monarchs if we can.
But surely there's only one way of doing it, isn't there?
No, unfortunately, there's other people who come on doing entirely different things. They'd put Punch in a top hat and they'd lose his hook nose. And we don't want that to happen. He's lasted this long, so we think he should last for the next period.
So somebody comes to you and says, look, I want to be a Punch and Judy man. What do you look for in them?
We look for the extrovert, really, the person who can be a showman. He has to have the qualities of having slapstick, comedy, fun and frolics, all that sort of thing that goes into a Punch and Judy show.
What makes a good Punch and Judy man, though? What does he need?
He needs a lot of stamina, first of all, and an awful lot of skill in operating these figures very fast. He also needs the ability to be able to hear reactions that come from the children. He can't see, he can only hear.
What about all the voices as well? Because you've got about 20 characters, haven't you?
Yes, well, Mr. Punch is done through a thing called a swazzle, which is an instrument we put in their mouth, and all the rest of the characters are disguised voices as you go along.
So where does Mr. Punch come from? I noticed you've got a Union Jack on the front, but I always thought he was Italian.
Well, I keep the flag flying with him, but I mean, Mr. Punch originally started in Italy. He was called Pulcinella. He came to this country in 1800, and an Italian cockney decided he'd put Mr. Punch above his head, make him a glove puppet, where originally he was a marionette, and there he was, married to wife Judy, bashed the baby, and there he became the rather knockabout character that he's become to be known as.
Why did he do all that violent stuff?
Well, I think he was not saying to that society, this is what you must do, but he was saying, this is what you're doing. Even today, Mr. Punch is doing what society is doing.
And what's going to happen if the cowboys take over Punch and Judy and not the kind of traditional style that you want? Is it going to disappear, do you think?
No, that's why we have the College of Punch and Judy Professors and the Fellowship of Punch and Judy Professors to stop this happening. I believe we can.
Professor Jingles, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
Once more, Larry Parks plays Joel.